Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your brother Bolo V&R. And of course, I have to start early because there's so much that I have missed that I need to cover that's been going on in the news here in Jamaica. Jamaica's political news has been very interesting, to say the least. Um, but without any further ado, I want to take us back and then take us forward. So the first thing that I want to play is uh, a sizable clip from Reasoning with Rattigan. All right, I want you guys to go and support Rattigan's platform, Reasoning with Rattigan on YouTube. If you are, I don't care if you're Jamaican, it doesn't matter. This man credential speaks for itself. There's a lot of things you can learn from just listening in. You can learn a lot about Jamaica if that's something that you want to learn about. You can learn a lot about stuff that's going on globally. But like I said, I don't want to belabor that point. Let's get right into the content, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Um, okay. That's all for most of the music I play in the background. Sometimes when I hear it on my headphone. Anyway. Remember to follow me on all platforms, Bolo V&R, Bolo V&R 2.0, and Bolo V&R Clips. Let's get to 15,000 subs. This is my birth month, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you guys to turn me up on the Bolo V&R 2.0. We need to get to 1,000 subs before my birthday, which is 12 days from now, on Bolo V&R Clips. And on Bolo V&R, let's get to 5,000 subs. Alright? So sub up, sub up, sub up. Let's go. Sub up.
Folks, those are two lovely women. They're people trying to help Jamaica, trying to make the situation
Share
better
the
for our
content,
people.
like the content.
And we're asking our people to stand up.
And let's listen,
and
all right?
stand up in a big way. We're going to get to that later on. But here's what happened now. Kevin decided to give up he's decided to allow us to use the tools, but he's going to still come on. So miss it. Miss it. Don't carry on with me because Kevin is coming. All right, because no Missy want to bash me over the head. Anytime I touch her, Kevin, it's like a problem. And not just Missy. Kevin have a whole crew. Thankfully, when Kevin finished with them still hang around and come hang out with the Rebel at midnight. And I'm eternally grateful to all of you for doing that. All right. I don't want to name any names because I'll leave out somebody and then never,
Speaking general terms.
But all of you, you know the crew. The crew will show up at midnight. The crew show up for Kevin. The crew show up for this program. They show up for Kevin's program. They show up for Culture Tea, and then they show up for the Rebel. Tony Culture, all of you. So big thanks to you. Now, here's what happened now, folks. We have some things that we have to talk about. There's one thing that I was planning to speak about for quite some time. And again, that's one of the reasons why Kevin said, you know what, you keep on putting off some of these things and you need to get to them. So, because Jamaica is content rich. So no matter what you talk, if you talk about 10 things tonight, you'll have 10 more things to talk about next week. And he's absolutely correct. Somebody in the chat mentioned some spoilage. We're going to talk about that. But let me just kind of warm up the crowd and show you something that is just depressing. Look at this, people. Look at that. Let me big it up here. You see that? That's one cabbage head, right? And look on the price. 2,699 Jamaican dollars. Kevin,
Mr. Rattigan, you sure this is Jamaica, sir?
See, try to product of Jamaica.
No, I not seen properly. I have new glasses.
Well, it's been sold at Super Value Fresh Foods. That's what the signs, the thing says here. The sticker is on it. 144 Constant Spring Road. See it, people. One cabbage head for $2,699. I'm hoping that it's a mistake and it's actually $269.
It's not a mistake.
But on a look on that, and just think that the minimum wage is what, 15,000, and here it is. You spend 2,500. Well, 2,700 to a cabbage head, right?
Whoa.
So we don't know. My people in St. Elizabeth and my people in St. Anne, we still want to go through. Things rough. Things rough. So We just want the crowd, all of your family members out there, to just look at what's going on in Jamaica.
Everything raised Christmas
Right.
time.
Just look at that. Just make that sink in for a while. Just take a look at that. Because that's what happened when I got it, and I look at it and I put it away. Then I look at it again, and I say, wait a minute, maybe it's 269. And I look at it again, and then come to find out it's 2,690.
This is unheard of.
When you do the US conversion, though, that's when, for those in, well, if that doesn't hit you one way, you do the conversion and it hits you another. That's for sure.
Yeah,
And we know the price kind of right. We know the price, right? Because look at it. Them say it's 2.045 kg, right? And it's 1,320 kg. So this price is right. Yeah, that's right. So
GCT on food, though, Roe Washington. GCT not on food. GCT not on food.
GCT bought food in
Consumables?
last year.
Seriously?
look at Petra. He said that's an imported cabbage. Jamaican cabbage that looks so tough and big, big thing.
Somebody said Floxy.
Remove that. Let me see if there's something else. Go ahead, Kevin.
Trump said cabbage costs more than chicken.
Look on this one, yeah. Look on that one, yeah. This one is honey baked dressed ham. Look on it, no?
Hey, hold on. That needs to need to change because it needs to say slice of ham.
Look at it's a honey baked dress, and that is that's $6,000 a kilogram, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, 600. That's little less than half a kilogram. See the one piece of ham with
yes,
some little floxy looking
This is the
pineapple
reality,
slices,
you know what I'm saying?
some maraschino cherry on it, yeah. And that's it, honey baked dressed ham, product of Jamaica, and them include the GCT now to make a note of them. You know, you have to pay more. The sticker price is the price. No, this is from.
And if you want, like I said, if you want to do the conversion, all right. So 2,600. Let me get my calculator, right?
Progressive Foods in Brighton, in St. Catherine. Look on that.
I'm gonna ask the Jamaicans in that are listening right now, how to eat?
All right.
No, I'm serious. How?
Wait, before he goes into that, Sassy 81. That cabbage that you saw is $17 US. When you use the conversion, it becomes $17+ for one head of cabbage, one head of lettuce. 17 US. Over 17. As a matter of fact, it's almost 18 US when you do the conversion. I kid you not. This is the reality in Jamaica right now. Food is through the roof. So you see, when I come on here and I talk about Jamaica, this is why. There's a lot going on. And the reason why this is happening is because the government has neglected the agricultural sector. What they have done is they have not done proper preparation for this climate change that they were talking about the whole time, right? They have not put enough money into helping the farmers recover. They have not put enough money into helping the farmers them use innovative ways so as to not be hit too hard or, by these weather conditions. That is what has happened. They have not been proactive. But what they have done is they have increased their revenue in terms of how much they get paid as politicians all across the board. Well, almost all across the board. They went from they raised their pay up last year to a 200% and in some cases to a 300% increase. And the Prime Minister also promised with that raise that we would get better performances. Now, I'm going to be laying down the law today. I'm telling you, I'm going to be live for a while. So let me just play this because there's a bigger part of this that I want to get to. All right? I got a lot to talk about because I've been MIA, my internet, my computer not working, all types of foolishness. I'm on the cyber attack allegedly. I'm just saying, hit the like button and share the live, please. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Oh, and somebody let me know if my donation link is working. As just click the link and see if it goes to the donation page. You ain't got to send me nothing if you don't want to. That's not what this is. I just want to know if the link is working, y'all. All right, please. Because last night I was live. Beautiful one was saying it's not working. So please let me know if it's working now. Thank you.
Because anybody that is surviving in Jamaica right now, not thriving, surviving in Jamaica, can go to another place in the world and thrive. Because if you can make it happen when you have 4,000, you're spending $6,000 on a head of lettuce, a head of cabbage, and a slice of ham. You don't pay rent, light, water, transportation, school fee for the kids if you have kids. Yeah, OT, I did that math. That's what I'm saying. If the Jamaica price don't get you, the US price will.
Exactly.
So Jamaicans, how do you eat?
How do we eat? Imagine somebody literally asking how we eat.
I don't know. You know what? This is so depressing. We could just move on to this story.
Yeah, please move on. Please.
Wait, Simon, who this? Simone, where? Oh, yeah. The to find the GoFundMe, you want to go to, you can do stand up, and I know on Instagram.
Who's in charge of protecting Jamaica's borders?
Listen to this. Very important.
Let me just ask you, if you know.
Sassy 81, you're going to definitely appreciate this dialogue. Who is responsible for Jamaican borders? And I had no idea. I was in the chat like, I don't know. Is there a border? Do we even have protection? It's like Jamaica borders to me is like a free-for-all. You can just run right through it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no protection on our... I'm sorry, no disrespect to who might be out there doing their job or whatever. I am sorry now. I apologize. But I don't think there is one, either enough protection or two, any at all. That's just me. But let's continue.
And you know what? I won't even ask you to name me the agencies. Just tell me the number. How many agencies are responsible for protecting Jamaica's borders? Because if I ask, I know if I ask I ask you for the names, 99.99% of you will get it wrong.
Oh, facts.
So when you say the organizations are how many, you mean it's more than one? Isn't just the Minister of National Security take care of that?
Agencies, not ministries. How many agencies?
So okay, the agencies in
how many entities in Jamaica are responsible for protecting Jamaica's borders?
Let's see, the Coast Guard.
Bolo said, no clue. I didn't even think our borders are protected. Hey, that's not
yo, that's what about the serious? Yo.
Yeah, there's another one. Monica said.
You hear what you said a while ago? That was me in the chat. I said, I have no clue. I didn't even know our borders were protected. Listen to his response. That was me in the chat. I was literally watching. In real time. It was live. I was watching in real time. Like, wait a minute.
Let's see, the Coast Guard.
Bolo said, no clue. I didn't even think our borders are protected. Hey, that's not a bad answer.
Yo, that's what about the serious.
You hear what I'm saying? That's not a bad answer. My boy said it's funny, but it's serious. Brethren, listen me, no man. On the like and share the video here.
Well, yeah, there's another one. Monica said the Don control.
Yeah.
OT said Minister of Security. OT, I'm talking about entities now.
Yeah,
JCF and Jamaica Customs are two.
The Coast Guard. You can't leave out the Coast Guard.
All right. Let me go to the answer. It's the JCF, the JDF, and Customs.
So who the Coast Guard fall under?
Coast Guard would fall under Customs because they have the Marine Police. You have the Marine on the they have the Marine Police under JCF. And then you have the JDF, they have their own marine thing. Customs, they have their own. And the Coast, I think the Coast Guard come under Ministry of National Security. As does the JCF. Here's why. I said 3 and you didn't answer. Dirt, you're killing me now because Dirt, Dirt, when me talk sometimes I close my eyes, you know, so I don't even really look on the screen. So blame Kevin. All right. But I'm gonna show you something. All right. There is a group of people.
Listen to this.
Maybe it was a group of people.
Listen.
Called Port Management Security Limited.
Julian,
and
what's
they've been trained to intercept guns, illicit drugs, and other contraband from entering through the seaports. And not too long ago, their jobs, they were being made redundant. And here's one article that Mr. Fitzjackson took on this issue. And they say, but if these people have been trained to ferret out these things, then who's going to take over if we get rid of them? And there it is. Here it is. Their success in intercepting legal goods was not solely due to the collaboration with the JCF and Jamaica Customs, but also owed greater to the specialized skill set and professionalism of their team. So that was one issue. Here is Mr. Fitzbay again asking to address the job security, because he's saying, look, you know, our borders are porous. These people are great at doing what they're doing, and so we need to have them continue doing what they're doing. I don't recall what's happened since then. This was March of this year. Here it is, Mr. Fitzjackson again. He's taking on the spite, and the government was going to take over port management security and put it under customs. And so there was some issue there. They're still arguing at this point in March. They were still arguing about it, because here it is right here. Look at this sentence. It says the decision to integrate PMSL services into the Jamaica Customs Department raises concerns among its over 85 member team, noting that the recent interception of 64 guns and nearly 1,000 rounds of ammunition underscores the crucial contribution they've made to national security. So that was their role. They had a specialized skill set. So
and recently there was some in the news, allegedly there was some barrels of gun that was found. If I'm not mistaken, I got some message about that. Yeah, the borders, the ports, Jamaica is fully corrupt, fully.
Let me see, which one is this? And there in May, they were supposed to meet with them. These are some of the guns that they found in Montego Bay, to discuss the future of their jobs. Now, I don't know. And now in June, 6 of them to lose jobs. There it is right there.
So the entity that has has been given the directive to help protect our borders is cutting back on the personnel that are being used to protect our civ-like borders.
Correct. Now,
Gotcha.
here's the border protection unit from Jamaica Customs.
So that is significant, right? They're cutting costs where the already unprotected border is concerned. I want you guys to pay attention to this, because this is an amazing story.
Agency. I didn't even know that the customs was involved in doing all of this stuff. And look at this. I tell you, Jamaicans are very good when it comes to structuring things on paper, putting things on paper. Because here it is, they have a border protection unit, they have an intelligence branch, they have a risk management. You can't see it because I can't enlarge it on my screen, but I can tell you, just take my word for it. They have a risk management branch, they have a contraband enforcement team branch, and they're going on, and they started when the US government started making noises about Jamaica being a transshipment point, and so they decided that they're going to form this group, and this group will be responsible for along with the other groups to defend Jamaica's borders. And it says they're going to secure the borders and safeguard citizens, and they're going to partner with JCF, JDF, Coast Guard, Port Authority, Ministry of National Security, blah 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 blah. So that's one of them, right? That's what customs is responsible for protecting our borders. Now, I hope you guys remember, maybe you don't remember, in July of this year, there was a breach at the Sangston International Airport, and flights were cancelled, emergency protocols initiated, disruption, because they thought that a firearm had passed through the pre-boarding screening machine section, and so they closed on the whole thing. And Minister Va said, I want a review of security at Jamaica's airports, all of them. And remember, we talk about the airports, right? That is not 3 about 17 airports in Jamaica.
Wow.
So I want
17?
all the airports. I want an
I
assessment,
didn't know
security
that.
assessment done. Now, here's one of the problems. The Chinese, they manage the Freeport out at what, Newport East, Newport West.
This
They
is
manage that.
important as
What kind
well.
of security is out there? Who's in charge of the security out there?
The Chinese,
How
right?
do we know what's being brought in?
Exactly.
When? From where? For what purpose? Especially if you're talking about consumable, items like food stuff, cigarettes, and all that stuff.
Right.
Do we know if some of those things are tested
Hey.
to make sure that our people are not being poisoned?
Hey.
I don't know if they've done that.
Talk to him.
Here's another one. Our former police commissioner signing Interpol agreement.
These are all very pertinent questions, ladies and gentlemen.
Gathering stuff. Now forget about that.
Very pertinent.
No, that's one I just showed you, the border protection unit. I'm showing you all this because we're going to get to something that's going to shock you.
Yes.
Now, here's where our Prime Minister said that his administration has made the largest investment in the country's border security. And he gave a wonderful speech. You know, he said,
good at that.
now we have vessels to prevent illegal entry. And we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that. But even with the state-of-the-art boat that he has there, the Haitians are still coming into Jamaica using rafts. I don't understand how is it that you have a raft out there with some people and you have...
How is that? How do you have a border security? Right? How do you have a border security? And people are coming through, and I'm talking about on our shores, and you have people coming through rafts. I'm talking about, man. But guess what? They have, cut back on the resources, so yeah. It makes sense, right? Cut back on the resources means less manpower. So yeah, let's continue.
The state-of-the-art boat with the radar, and then can't pick up nothing. And in fact, in this speech, he says, now we have several vessels of extensive capacity, not just to prevent illegal entry, which we do quite a bit, and we do now serious work to ensure that we don't have a massive migration flow from Haiti and other countries. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense, people.
Nonsense, bro.
Which one is this?
Come on, man.
This is September 2023. He says we're bolstering our border. It says we're moving to strengthen our capacity to protect our borders from the increasing flow of guns and drugs from North America and other parts of the world. More talk. Here's customs. See? For those of you who didn't believe me when I say customs are protect borders, them have them both here, Jamaica Customs Agency advancing its border protection capabilities. And in their fight against illegal activities, they're training people, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. We're getting their people. And here's this Prime Minister again saying we're gonna bolster our border security to stem the flow of illegal guns. That's a border protection one. We talk about that. And look at this one. Jamaica pours 11 billion into border security, including coastal radar.
Sheesh.
Right? 11 billion.
That's a lot.
This was 2018, folks.
2018. Okay.
March 29, 2018.
Facts and evidence.
Right? We're getting there. Stay with me.
Stay with us.
More nonsense from the Prime Minister. Oh, let's forget that one there. Not that. All right. Here's one. 185 pounds of cocaine seized at Norman Manley International. And don't forget, remember the one that the big seizure over at Boscobel, Ian Fleming Airport, where we were promised that arrest would soon be made by our former Deputy Police Commissioner, Mr. Fitzbailey, who's now, I think, acting police commissioner down in the Turks and Caicos. I don't think the Turks and Caicos people did their due diligence. But he said that he was going to make arrest, that the JCF was on the verge of making arrest for years now. And nothing has happened. And if you notice, they're finding drugs all over the airports. But tell me, when was the last time you hear them arrest somebody?
That part.
You always hear them say they want to. Nothing happens. No,
this is an indictment on us, the Jamaican people, to be honest with you. We have they just... Listen to what the man just said. who is, like, where's the journalism? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, this is crazy, bro.
Why do I go through all the trouble to show you all of that and talk to you about our border security? Not to mention, you know, the ports. We didn't talk about the ports yet. Why do I go through all of the trouble and tell you all of that? Because, wait there. I'm going to show you a document now that would have solved all of these problems. The problems at the airport, where they can't, drugs show up there and they can't figure out who brought the drugs there, no arrest, not like that. All right.
So, this is important. He just showed you the problems in Jamaica where drug smuggling and all of that is going on, right? And what the Prime Minister promised, right? And now he's going to show you the solutions that was presented to the Prime Minister some years ago. Let's go.
I'm going to show you a document now, right? But before I show you the document, let me tell you this. There's a company called Secure Report. I don't work for them. I'm not looking at a job from them. All I know is that they're internationally known for securing airports. And if you drive on, those of you who live in the DMV area, if you take 495 as if you're going to Dulles Airport, and about maybe 5 minutes before you get to the airport, look to your right. And you look to your right, you know you're going to see there's a big building there. There's a Rolls Royce dealership. It's the big sign, Rolls Royce dealership there. Next to the Rolls Royce dealership sign, you'll see Secure Report. That's where I think that's their main location. They provided security services all over the place, all over the world. We're going to show you all of that. But here's what happened. On June 22nd, 2018.
2018, you know, listen.
They met with the leader of the opposition, Dr. Peter Phillips, and they met with his assistant, Mrs. Imani Price.
Okay.
And the purpose of that meeting was to provide a proposal.
Right.
Say, this is what we can do, this is how we'll do it, this is how it will help Jamaica. And this is how it will help Jamaica's standing in the world as far as security.
Right.
On the same day, June 22nd, 2018, they met with the Minister of Security. Who was the Minister of Security? Dr. Chang.
Dr. Chang. Dr. Chang, that is alleged, ladies and gentlemen, to have some alleged criminal background in America. There's a Wikipedia link that describes him into, I believe it's organized crime. Yes. And he's our Minister of Security, I believe. Listening, I want you guys to pay attention. It is important for you to know these things that we're going through. And just write it down on a piece of paper, everything what I say. And you see when we finish the live stream, when we look back on the piece of paper and go, holy ish. Let's continue.
They met with him and his team and they explained the whole proposal. And there was a suggestion that the proposal should be emailed to the permanent secretary. In fact, the minister himself told them, okay, nice presentation. Now I want you to email that proposal. And I have the proposal. And I also have the what do you call it?
The email?
No, not the email. The slide presentation. I have the proposal and the slide presentation. And he said, send them to my permanent secretary.
From June of 2018.
June of 2018.
Now, for those who don't know, Will Rattigan, that is a member, the gentleman that's talking right now, he's Jamaican. You see the background that he has behind him as his green screen, that is where he comes from in Jamaica. The ghetto. Right? This man has a passion for, helping Jamaica to become, the place that he wants it to become. He has offered his services to the government. It's alleged that, they have either just, not gotten back to him or just don't want him service. Right? And guess what? He's a former, he's a retired FBI agent. He was a supervisor. He operated all around the world. He had teams that, to his own admission on his platform, teams that he delegated to. That's a big deal. Now, imagine we have crime in Jamaica. We have a border issue where smuggling of drugs is concerned. As a matter of fact, what do you call it? Organ harvesting and also human trafficking has been touted admittedly by the JCF that this is going on as well. So you would think that we need all the expertise that would offer their services. So then you ask yourself the question, why is it that the government refused or did not get back to Will Rattigan in terms of his services to help us get out of this issue? And then you go back to Renita Adams. Renita Adams was very effective in combating crime and preventing criminals were in fear of Renita Adams. Look up Renita Adams, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know who that is, right? He was vying for the job of I think it was Commissioner of Police some years ago. And there's a clip that he says, and it's public knowledge, that as far as the Queen coming from all the way in England, right, that they would pull funds, allegedly, from the support of Jamaica if Renita Adams became the Commissioner of Police. So I am now concluding, ladies and gentlemen, based off those, different things, that the Jamaican government and the people behind them, that's at the higher up, obviously is not serious about the security of Jamaica because of these two instances. And what has happened is that crime has escalated in Jamaica far beyond our imagination. We are now in the realm of mass unaliving. Those things never happened in Jamaica. Mass unaliving, that's the stuff I used to hear about that happens in the United States. No, school shootings and stuff like that. Shout out to my people in the US, but I'm not used to that in Jamaica. Jamaica has now gone into the territory of mass unaliving people. That is where the crime has gone. Right? And the powers that be, that is at the very, very top. I'm not just talking about the politician. I'm talking about the unseen hand. At the very, very top is to be blamed for the present condition of Jamaica. But let's continue with the story. Let's go. Wait a minute.
The email was sent 45 minutes after that meeting, not 45 days after. Remember, they met with the leader of the opposition and his assistant, and they said, this is what we're going to present to the government. Then they met with the government, they met with the Minister of National Security, said, this is what we'd like to offer you. And he said, you know what, nice, I like it. Email it to my permanent secretary. 45 minutes later, it was sent to the permanent secretary. On the same day, all of this took place on June 22nd, 2018. Same day, they met with a gentleman by the name of Nari William Singh. He's in charge of Civil Aviation Authority. He was in charge. I don't know if he's still there.
He's still there.
You know the name?
Yes.
Okay. Now, 3 months went by. No response. No response. On the 20th of September, same year, 2018, the US Embassy sent a message to our Prime Minister. For him to meet with secure report people, because the U.S. Embassy, remember now, the Jamaican government has been interacting with its international partners regarding border security. So it makes sense that the U.S. government, with whom they've been conducting liaison and meetings, whatnot, say, hey, listen, secure report, Mr. Prime Minister, they were here 3 months ago, whatever. Take a look at this. We believe that this is going to help the border security. Take a look at this. And they were also asking, why is it that we haven't heard anything after 3 months? On October 9th, 2018, the Prime Minister's office response to the embassy was that Secure Report should stay in touch with the Minister of Security.
Hold on there, Rattigan. Hold on. Secure Report met with former opposition leader Dr. Peter David Phillips and Imani Duncan Price. Okay. Then Secure whatever went and meet with the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horace Chang. He told them to email his permanent secretary. Immediately, was about 5 minutes after it was emailed. And then the American embassy asked to meet with the Prime Minister of Jamaica. That's what?
Yeah, 3 months later, after the email was sent with the proposal, the embassy contacted the Prime Minister's office and said, listen, we need you to meet with the Secure Report people because you're always talking to us about border security and we're trying to help you. Here's a company that's internationally known and we're asking you to meet with this company. The Prime Minister's office responded, go and talk to the Minister of National Security, with whom they had met 3 months before.
And hold on there. The same Prime Minister who traveled to Washington to meet with people of the State Department about, according to him, names of Jamaicans shipping guns to Jamaica. No, sir?
Right.
Exactly.
Good
Exactly.
Morning,
Good morning, brother.
So the Prime Minister responded. The Prime Minister's office responded. Go back and go talk to the minister the same person who talked to 3 months ago and he no respond to him. Go back and talk to him, man. Right? That was October 9th.
No, ladies and gentlemen, in Jamaica, them call this merry-go-round. If you are serious about border security, and the kicker is coming, you know, the real kicker to this story is coming. If you are serious about border security, and you're getting these offers in 45, what I'm saying, 45, 4 or 5 hours time or 45 hours, that's all. Them send the email, and now look what them are telling, man. If you go back to this person, like, if you are the man, you are the one that is hands-on. You have, the Prime Minister have 19 or 28,000 different agencies run under the minister, under the Prime Minister's office, right? So it's a hands-on brother based off how we understand, right? You can say this is a man that he likes to get things done, innit? So we are getting this offer right here. Resilience, how you doing? Good to see everybody coming in. Remember to smash that like button. So you're getting all of this and share the live, guys, with 10 people, alright? You're getting all of this help, ladies and gentlemen, but yet still you decide not to move with urgency. That don't make no sense to me. It tells me a lot. See, you can say one thing, right? But what about the action behind it? That's like you going into business with somebody and you guys sit down and have a verbal conversation about where you want to take things and you're excited about it, and then they come, all right, so here's all of the papers, right? Get a lawyer to look over everything and get back to me as soon as possible. And then 6 months pass, 1 year pass. There's no way you're taking that person seriously about business. So I don't take this government serious about the business of securing our borders. But he boasts about spending a lot of money on the JCF, right? And the police force, right? So where is this money actually going? Is it going into bolstering the JCF, or is just this another scheme, right, of corruption? I'm just asking, because this don't make no sense. But again, the kicker is coming. Antoinette, how you doing? Blessings to you all that is here in the building. Remember to like and share.
October 11th, the Minister of National Security responded and acknowledged receiving the proposal 3 months earlier. Yeah, sent an email and he said, yes, we received your email that we asked you to send to us with the proposal. We received it 3 months ago. And that was it.
3 months ago, them get the proposal. Listen to the proposal.
So tell me something now, Mr. Rattigan.
Listen to the proposal.
As a retired former FBI special agent,
you hear that?
when you read
Retired former special FBI agent. That is Mr. Rattigan, the gentleman in the glasses. Well, the one in the blue shirt.
All of this, sir. It's your program, not mine, but you know, I have to answer the question. When you read all of this, Mr. Rattigan, what does that say to you? Does that look like the Jamaican government want to solve crime in Jamaica?
Nope.
You know, when I'm looking at the timeline and I'm looking at the communications between them, between Secure Report and the government, I have to say no. They're not interested, because here it is that you, and by the way, Mr. President, but by the way, they went to the US government, you know, and said, listen, we need help because too much guns and drugs are coming and we need help.
Right.
And it is my understanding that they even send a man to Southcom, right, where the military have them satellites and things scan the Caribbean. And them send a man if you go watch and see what go on. The man, they must be blind because plane a flying in Jamaica like it a go out of style and a crash land and nothing at all. Nothing. So they go to the Americans and say, we need help. The Americans say, okay, fine, we don't need help. Here is somebody that we use. Here is somebody that we think would be useful for your purposes to protect your borders. We go ask them, you know, and we ask the Americans for help, and them say, okay, here it is.
Context
so when the man them come and the man them show them what them can do, when the man them show them, and I know DBDB security people, them, yeah,
right.
Most of these people who work for security port, they're retired federal agents, whether them come from Homeland Security, FBI, DEA, ATF, whatever. That's their composition. That's how they make up, right? So they know about security. So the man them tell them the things them can do. I don't know if it frightened them and them say no.
Yes, Ratty frightened them because they don't want them to come in there, you know. Remember the former world class minister, FBI is coming on to investigate SSL, you know. So they don't want that in there because if that ever happens, you know, God help them, you know.
No. So from 2018, nothing. Government not dealing with security.
Wow.
Now I am going to show you the proposal.
Listen to this.
But before I show you the proposal, I'm going to give you the conclusion first. I'm going to give you the conclusion that I'll show you. I want you to tell me,
Marlon, good morning,
Mr. Jeffrey Tavares, and all of our family members in the chat who can talk to it, because we're not take phone calls for the program. I want you to tell me, because it costs money, you know. It costs money. I want you to tell me how much money Secure Report was charging Jamaica to put this technologically advanced system in at the airport. And by the way, this system, you could also use it at the ports. I want you to tell me how much money you think security. The money there. Tell me how much.
About 50 million US, Jamaican.
You get one. Come in, people, not talk to me, you know. This is the part where we need, you know, it's interactive. Come in, talk to me. How much money you think Secure Report did that charge Jamaica for putting in the system?
This is the banger right there. Look how much money they want to charge them. This is the banger.
$3 billion.
$100 million.
Anthony G said less than 1 trillion. That is. Anthony, you know, easy at all. Pastor Ricky, 100. Petra E, 5 billion. Million of US are Jamaican that. Petra, 2.5. Fenija, I'll say what? 100 million. All right. Joycelyn, Freedom, OT. I'm come at the front of the class. Monica, come at the front of the class.
Come at the front of the class, people.
This is how much them that charge Jamaica.
Listen, $0.
Hold on, Ratty. Zero.
Oh,
there was no money even for them to thief.
Zero.
No money at all.
Here is how the deal was structured.
Listen to his deal.
Secure Report said, this will cost the Jamaican people and the Jamaican government zero. Here's how we all make our money.
Listen.
The tourists them come to Jamaica. If the airline ticket costs $200, we're gonna put on a like $5 upon each ticket. So we'll make our money. We'll make our money off of international travelers coming to Jamaica. And them now go feel it because remember them used to charge departure tax, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to pay it when you leave, you know. Now they put it on the ticket so you don't feel it. Because them used to have problems with people say, me no money. I'm more right. So them money they don't charge them. They don't charge international travelers coming to Jamaica. So they don't put like a little $5 upon each ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And cricket, Jamaican government said, no, we don't nothing, we don't know. We don't want nothing from you. Here's the agreement. I have the slide presentation, but I won't show that. I'll just show you the agreement itself. The proposal. All right. See it here. Let me dig it up. And you're going to see the things them man have planned to do. All right, here we go. See it there. Secure port. It means that they're going to secure ports, airports, seaports, whatever, right? But this one I deal with airports, right? I remember now people.
All right, before I'm going to the structure of the deal and showing the deal, ladies and gentlemen, I'm live on both platforms. Listen up. I want the labor right them. I want the labor right them to explain to me why is it that a company that the USA uses to secure their borders effectively when it comes to drug smuggling and gun smuggling and all of these things. Why is it that that entity was allegedly, and it's not alleged because he's showing the report on the screen right now. Why is it that allegedly that company offered the Jamaican government a charge of $0 to implement this technology in our ports and everywhere? Why is it that they did not take that offer? As Mr. Rattigan is explaining, the offer entails that they would make their money off travel. And doesn't that make sense? If you're going to secure our borders more effectively, wouldn't the traveling it would benefit travel, like you would have more people traveling to Jamaica because now the USA can boast that Jamaica is now a safe hub where not a lot of guns is being smuggled in Jamaica or none of that thing, not drugs. Crime is going down. So once crime is going down, we can say, all right, more travel. It just benefits the country. A lot of crime does not benefit the country. Corruption doesn't benefit the country. What this is saying to me is, ladies and gentlemen, like Mr. Tavares asked, Rattigan, is this government serious about our security and border protection? And my answer is a resounding no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I'm going to let him go into the document a little bit, and then we're going to move to something else, all right?
Jamaica, how much airports again? Somebody says 7. I'm going to get it right. 17. Good. Not
Hold on, Mr. Rattigan. Do you know why they didn't want this company to come in? I'll tell you one of the reasons why. A well-known Jamaican company, well-known, big company bringing all kind of something, have a port for themselves where neither the JDF nor the JCF goes there. And that is the reason why I didn't want that company to come into Jamaica. And many other reasons. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So here it is, and it's a proposal to the government of Jamaica for civil aviation and immigration security services. Right? This is the main office, but like I said to you, there's one out on 495. If you know the DMV, you see it out there. And see it here, proposal to the Jamaican government, and it blah 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 blah. Tell you all of them things there. But just go through some of the things then. All right. Oh, first of all, I could go to the testimonials and awards. I could go write this up. So we're trying to stand on a little DB people them here. All right. Wait there.
So this secure report, the company, them link with overseas entities like Interpol. Them well connected, like it's like different agencies working with each other. Why wouldn't they take this offer? Make that make sense?
All right, 15. All right, okay. See who they write us now. See now, testimonials and awards. So now, somebody come and say, "Oh, I want to give you this."
Sonny,
you want to know who them people are fly by night people, but so they're not fly by night because the U.S. government has said no. You ask us about security, so the company here. Right. All right. See, let them get what that one offer. Best biometric identification solution. All right. Interpol give them one. Right? And then we're going to now. This is a Frankfurt International Airport. Rose place this.
In Germany?
Germany, yeah. It says that them install the system then on. Ultrasonic fingerprint scanning, automated fingerprint identification system, and blah blah blah. A whole bunch of things the man put in the German airport. Them use a German company, secure report them use. Alright? We'll keep going down. See another one, yeah? Which company? US government procurement. Them use them there, so. Right? Department of Justice. Use them. DEA, do some research with them. See right I say no, DESC. They say the Drug Enforcement Administration is intending to award a cost-sharing research and development contract with a contract experience in ultrasound, fingerprint biometrics, blah, 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 blah. And them go on and on and on. See another one, yeah? The Army, U.S. Army, use them. Department of Defense, use them. All right? I can keep going. Reagan National Airport, use them. See it right there, so? This is the Culpeper Regional Airport, just outside DC. And it says, look right there, so. Since its installation in 2006, secure report system has operated satisfactory results. Them identify people, control this, wireless that, blah, 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 fingerprint, boop, 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 boop. All works. All right. So that's after them case study what them put out. Right? Sierra Leone, use them.
Hold on, man. Hold on, go back there, so. Sarah who?
Sierra Leone. So I'm going to put the ministry would like to thank Security Port for the continuous support and assistance in making the Republic of Sierra Leone a safe place. See that, Sir Jeffrey.
A safe place, yeah, Republic of Sierra Leone.
Right? And say through your presence and provision of services at Lungi International Airport, blah 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 blah, greatly enhanced. All right, Minister of Internal.
Stop there, sir, Mr. Rattigan. Stop
there. Go back here, sir.
No, tap right there, sir.
Oh, some virgin there now. I saw them on the case I would be on. All right, see me, see the people. Then the
Kevin.
All right, go ahead. What you say? You want me to stop this? What you want?
Yes, one of the reasons why I stop there is it that the government of the government of Jamaica was afraid that this company here would have bring up something that the Jamaican people will say, okay, yes, we don't say my teeth long time. Me say it, not Rattigan words, my words.
Right. Jeffrey, I wish I could have tell you what went through the mind of the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, and all of those people responsible for securing the borders of Jamaica when Secure Report was made the pitch to them. And don't forget, people, don't forget, it was the government of Jamaica that sought the assistance of the US to help with border security. It wasn't like Secure Report just come in and do them thing. The government asked, and the US government said, all right, fine, Secure Report, fine, it's a company where we use. The Army use it, the DEA use them, Civil Aviation use them, everybody use them. Right? Frankfurt use them. All right, make me go on now. Then see them get one from Interpol, right? But stuff for them doing in Equatorial Guinea, right? All right, which one this? This look like something in France.
Now, I don't need to go no further with this. The evidence is clear. Somebody would say, oh, they would likely say that, Jamaica dropped the ball on this one, the government dropped the ball on this one, they should have taken this deal. It's way bigger than that, ladies and gentlemen. You have to use your brain, you have to think. In my opinion, only criminals would not have taken this deal. You have to be a criminal. You cannot be operating in the best interest of the Jamaican people and have a deal like this and let it pass. They were getting this contract for free. Look at the credentials of this company that works and have all of these contacts with all these different agencies around the world, right? These are former, like soldiers, special operatives, and all of these things that heads the company. So they understand. They are experienced in the field which they are actually operating with this company. Very experienced. So there's no good reason outside of these people have to be criminals. These people have to be criminals. Money was not the issue because they were not charging them. So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. In terms of this reaction, we're gonna go on to something else because there's a lot going on in it, and I haven't been able to cover it for obvious reasons which I have explained. My my computer, my internet, my devices have been under massive attack. But let's continue. I just saw it go down. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, alright? Like, share, and subscribe. Remember to follow me on all of my platforms, ladies and gentlemen. Bolo V&R, Bolo V&R Clips. And yeah, and Bolo V&R 2.0. If you have not already, I don't know what you waiting on. Bam, there you go. There you go.